Hello, my name's Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of EU4 as Palembang. In previous episode, Malaya declared war on us, but we did actually manage to defeat them in battle twice. Barely. They did manage to get another ally into the war though, so the numbers advantage is once again in their favor. It's mostly Delhi, which... Oh. This one's in the war now. Now, luckily, they are kind of separated around a little bit here, but we are getting a bit more troops. Not a whole lot though, probably not enough. But if we can win this siege, we can then stay behind the fort, or just sit on the fort, and then they won't be able to, well, they will still be able to cross in, but it's a little bit harder for them. Because they're actually moving their fleets to repair. Oh, and Barrow's joined the war. Oh, wow. They're just getting everyone to join the war, aren't they? Yeah, Barrow's is over there. Well, luckily we got the fort down here, so they'll have to siege down a jungle fort if they want to get, unless they go around this way, which they might still do. But come on, we just need to get the siege done over here. We got 21% chance of winning the siege. We got decent fort defense. Actually, we don't need the spy network over there right now. We don't need the outrage country one either. I'm going to start building a spy network in Malacca, just to increase the siege ability slightly. Oh, is there... Oh, right, someone's fighting there. Opposite... Oh, wow. Are they just... How are they inviting everyone into the war at this point? Okay, they wouldn't want to take a white piece, would they? No, no. So I don't think we'll be able to win this war. We might still be able to just delay the inevitable. Defenders to turn... Okay, so now is as far as it goes right now for us. So who all are we fighting? Pretty much northern half of Sumatra and Malacca. Yeah, this is pretty rough. We've got the 11,000 men at least, but yeah, it's not going to be nearly enough. I might be able to take this smaller army, siege down Rengat, just to get a little bit more income while we keep on sieging. We'll probably get that siege done soon. Come on! No. Well, water torches at least does help. Well, it doesn't actually help too much, but it does reduce the amount of defenders in there, and eventually they will run below 50%, and then that's going to give us another +1 for the siege. Merchant defect. Oh. You know what? I'll get them. I'll cancel them. Sure. There we go. So we don't need to take attrition in here. So we can let this one at least recover a little bit. Oh, they got the 13,000 men in there. Oh boy. Okay, let's get back in here. Because I know that they are approaching. Let's go out and consolidate the regiments. We'll have that a disadvantage in terms of numbers, and I don't think we'll be able to do too much. Luckily, that one's not part of the war. Yeah, the fact that they've got the tactics advantage, this is going to be pretty much impossible for us to win. Because let's have a look. What would they now want in the war? They would give me still, or leave me with one province at least. I'm not particularly fond of that. But yeah, we'd have Bengkulu, and then we'd have Christmas Islands. We can still do raiding. We could do an exodus into Australia. Just hold on to Christmas Island so we can still do a lot of raiding around here. That would actually be a coalition against Malacca. Well, it's not really a coalition. We'll see if we can't maybe change some of the stats or the situation in here. Yeah, they got a whole lot of troops in here. They're now going to try to go to Palembang. Our troops are luckily retreating past it. But yeah, there was... Oh, you know what? I think we'll have to take that peace deal, actually. I don't think we can change the situation. Let's just suggest it. Oh, actually, they'll give us another province back. Okay. That would still be rather costly, but at least we'll have 2 provinces left. And we're going to get the colony there. We might be able to then keep on going for a little bit longer until we get to Australia. And then we'll capture all of that. And then we'll do a revenge later on. Empire Strikes Back or something. We have to pay a lot of money, admittedly. You know what? Why if we just pay as much money as possible? Can we then hold on to... Oh yeah, we can hold on to Palembang. They would still want to take the war goal. And what's the treaties? I could give war reparations for holding Jambi. So I could give them that island, I guess. A lot of money. Let's actually clear the offer, and let's start with the money and the war reparations. I could try to give you... Jambi. Nah, I don't really want to get rid of that one. Well, the Jambi isn't necessarily... You know what? No, they wouldn't want to... They want to get the island there. Okay, I guess that's fair. Oh, he's got the name... Oh, right, we can't rate that one. But yeah, you know what? The money and that province, that's going to be fine. So we're still alive. We can get rid of the mercenaries. Well, we'll probably wait until we've retreated, I guess. Sunda no longer considers me as a rival. I'm going to try to... Well, we'll keep the spy network going on in there, actually. So we can get rid of these mercenaries to save up on cash. We're very much in debt right now. The bright side is we can actually start doing some more raiding again. Actually, is the exploration fleet... Is there any more? No, we can't do any more exploring. So what we're going to do is we'll send you to priority in the Moluccas. And you're going to go out and priority right here in Malacca. And... No valley targets nearby yet. Okay, so we might be a little bit too early with the ambitions to do more raiding. How much do we still have? Well, yeah. Oh, we can have a whole lot of loans though. Okay, we'll take a couple more loans. We're still going to be losing money very rapidly. But as soon as we can start paying off the loan... Oh, actually, let's mothball that fort. I think we can probably mothball this fort as well. To save us a bit of cash. We're still losing 13 ducats per month though. Well, some of that is the maintenance. We can probably just go ahead and consolidate the regiments though. It does reduce our army size a lot, but it does also mean that we're not over our limit. Ooh, yes, we'll take money. We got the Reconquista Casabella against Malacca currently. Who still has a whole lot of, well, they got vassal, they got some tributaries. Trade League, a few other things. But yeah, despite losing a war, we're still alive. It could be worse. We might need to reduce the inflation a little bit. Save up a decent bit on costs. And then perhaps, we don't need the Prestige Advisor right now. We'll remove that one. And maintenance modifier, well, it's quite nice. We can probably get rid of that one for now, as I'm just going to get rid of all of the advisors right now. It does mean that we won't get the points. It also does mean that we don't have a massive deficit constantly. And hopefully we can start fixing that issue. Because we've got a whole lot of loans right now to pay back. We will be spending quite a bit of money on the reinforcements, but how's the colony? So that's 500 population. It's still increasing, at least we're in bankrupt. And how far are we from the mill tech? Not too far. If we had this in the battles there, we probably would have one more, or at least taking a lot less casualties, let's just say. Let me just double check. Is there any raiding that we can do? Well, not a whole lot anyway. Actually, there is a... I think there was at least. Piracy. Oh, that could be raided. Okay, well, we'll just need to wait for this one to actually go there. Trace and Makassar, and then we can do raiding. Then we can see that some of these areas are getting close now. But are you not... Why aren't you raiding in Malacca? Okay, we could protect raid in Malacca, I suppose. Would that make you moving? Yeah, there we go. We can still do the raiding with the fleet, I think, even if it's doing the trade protection. Oh, who's fighting here now? Is it... Dali is fighting another war. Who are they fighting? Ep5. And... I don't know where the other one is. Well, at least they're busy right now, so they won't be fighting me immediately again. But yeah, Malacca was kind of a rough one there. We will have our revenge, though, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there's... Oh, yeah, they might not be able to get troops in here easily. So if there is a, perhaps, let's say, a revolt of Palembang separatists, they might be able to hold on to that. Because I'm sure as heck not going to give them military access. I'm still losing quite a bit of money, though, which is not ideal. I suppose the situation is at least somewhat improving. Do I need the army maintenance full? I mean, you know what? Probably not. Let's just save up the money as much as possible right now. So I'm still losing 1 ducat a month. But that's gonna... Oh, actually, we should be soon able to do the pirating. Actually, we still haven't done the piracy over there. Oh, we can also do it in here. Okay. Actually, we'll start with that. That's 11. Also, I suppose there's... No, that can't actually do any yet. But over here we can do... I guess we can actually raid our own province. Oh no, we can't raid during truce. Never mind. Okay, this one's going to go into straight to Makassar, so we should be able to raid there. Get a little bit more money. And that way we can start paying off at least some of the loans. Probably not all of them, but at least a few. There we go, that's another 48 ducats. These areas are going to be able to raid next year, okay. A little decent bit longer. Now that we've got some of the money, we could probably just go ahead and... I mean, how much are we paying for interest? 1.5 ducats, okay. So let's go ahead and repay at least 2 loans, I think. Because we're still going to be getting money soon enough anyway. And we've got enough money to last for another year or so. As soon as we get to Coastal Sarawak, we'll be able to do a bit more raiding. And then Palawan Passage, I guess. Going to be another one. Okay, and we are actually going to be going into Coastal Sarawak very shortly. There we go. It's another 49 ducats. So we could probably go ahead and pay off another loan. And we'll go with the ones that are closer to being due. Just so that, you know, we've got more time to pay off the remaining ones then. And that's not have to get more inflation during the process. Okay, so at least we got that. We still got, well, we're still losing a bit of money, but I suppose we have started reducing the interest rates already a decent bit. We're down to 14 loans, which I guess is better than nothing. The colony is still 547. But yeah, if they hadn't gotten all the nations as their allies over here joining the war, we probably would have been able to get the siege done at Siak and then hold our ground there and then actually not lose anything in the war. Just force them into a white peace essentially, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Now of course that's the downside of not being able to have any allies. Oh, I think we're way over there. Oh well. There's going to be some places that we can do raiding in at least. Can we? Oh, we can actually raid over here as well. At least in theory. Now we won't actually do that quite yet, but we could do that. There's still like one province that will give us like 8 ducats though, so it's not really that important. And I'm pretty sure that soon, well next year at least, there's going to be a bit more areas that we can raid. Right, in the meanwhile, we're still losing a bit of money, although I suppose the, yeah, war operations isn't too bad. It's not ideal, but it's not too bad. There's still got quite a bit of unrest in here. I do actually wonder, can I support the rebellion of Palembang separatists? I could. It's 62 ducats though, so I do not have the money. I might just take a couple loans to cover that. Port efficiency 100%. You know what? Yep. Rebel supported. So now there should be a decent chance of increase, or a decent chance of the rebellion actually firing sooner or later. They're trying to convert it, which should... oh, but it is almost converted already. Please fire the rebellion before they convert that province. I don't think it will, but I'm hoping that it could. Now, how is the piracy situation? Ah, we could actually do a convoy raiding in... Oh, no, not convoy raiding. But piracy in there, not yet though, because these aren't actually colonized. Let's keep the Malacca privateers selected for now. Also get the leader in here, I suppose. I don't know how much of an impact it actually has, but that's... You know what, does it actually mention anything in here? Great power when on a trade mission. Oh, okay. So, maneuverability for... or the maneuver tips for a admiral is actually pretty good for like a trade fleet. Oh, and we can get the Miltech, finally. Let's take that one. And I guess we'll get the new cavalry. We'll just go with the balance option. A bit more defensiveness. But there we go, that's at least done. So how is the institution? I mean, it is present in Cairo at least. Pretty sure that Mamluks would not be willing to sell me knowledge sharing. Outside colonial range, I mean, that makes sense. So no, we cannot do that. Well, at least we did improve relations with them at some point. Oh, a bit of trade protection. But in March, we should be able to start raiding at least the Karamata Strait again. Just a little bit more. And we should be able to raid that. Actually, we're going to be, after this loop that we're doing, we should be able to... Oh. Oh. Patani Solar Province of Malacca. So Malacca is going to be pretty strong in here. We need to get a little... Well, first of all, we need to... Oh, there we go. Now we'll be able to raid there. Well, the next time we pass through there. Actually, this one's going to be passing through first. 11 ducats there, and over here we can get another 43. There we go. So let's go ahead and pay up another loan or two. We might also just go ahead and invest into a bit of ships. Like, we'll get a one transport ship at least. In our capital, I suppose. The rebellion still hasn't fired over here in Malacca, but I'm sure that it will sooner or later. Oh, they did increase the autonomy. Yeah, it's basically full autonomy there right now. Well, that's too bad for them. Oh, we can actually do convoy raiding over there, or the raiding over there. Keep calling it convoy raiding for whatever reason. Foreign plots. I'm gonna take the money. Also a little bit required by tradition, but honestly that's fine. Pay off another loan. We're down to 15 loans again. Still paying quite a bit interest rate though. Unfortunately we have no estate, so we can't do anything, or any shenanigans through there. I don't really want to debase... Oh, right, I can declare bankruptcy. I don't think I will. But in theory I could. Okay, so you're just circulating in there. Brunei separatists are around... Are we actually... No, we're not going up there. And still that 8 ducats or so that we could raid from that. Which, admittedly, is not a whole lot. And then this one's just going around Java. Ooh. We'll get more ship durability. I suppose that's going to be fine. And another government reform. Let's have a look. So we've got the military staff. Organized military staff. So reinforced speed, reinforced cost. That would be somewhat handy. National supply limit modifier. Military engineering. So artillery barrage cost goes down. And artillery cost goes down. Defensive stance. Fort defense plus 15%. Garrison size plus 20%. Max hostile attrition. That might be handy. Sustained discipline. So that would be more of the drill side of things and less attrition. Naval professionalism would be somewhat useful. Ship cost goes down. The Navy tradition decays slower, and more morale of navies. There's the amphibious specialization, which means more marines. Actually, that could be one way for us to get some... because I believe we can build marines already. And we've got a lot of sailors. Then there's the mercenary leadership, which could have more condottieri, and mercenary costs would go down. Or cavalry. I think I want to go with the defensive stance, though. Making sieging us painful seems like a very good idea right now. Right, well, that's one situation sorted out there, then. Are you still... Oh, no, neither one of these will go into the Flores Sea. That's a bit unfortunate. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure. Or we just might have to send in fleets there manually. Election. If I remember correctly, we've got the extra corruption right now, so I'm kind of thinking maybe I should switch to something else. And I'm just going to go with the... honestly, we'll go with the smuggler option right now. And let's see, DT, we could go for more income. You know what, yeah, we'll go for that one so we can get a little bit more money back. Or less deficit right now. Because the, construction cost goes down. Well, that's quite handy. You know what, I need to put in the piracy on one of these map modes. There we go, so we can get to that easily. No, still not going there, which is a little bit annoying. I could try to do some more... No, I don't think we're going to actually do any more exploration right now. So losing... Well, actually, no, yeah, we're losing a quarter of ducat per month right now. This says that we're gaining money, but that doesn't take into account the war operations. Now, luckily, that's going to expire soon. Well, in 8 years, I guess. So not really that soon. So we've got enough time to, you know, recover some of the costs here in the meanwhile. Oh, we've still got some war extortion that we're working through. Right, right. So unfortunately we did lose one province in the war, but at least we didn't lose too much. Oh. It's an open. The comet sighted and we lost the stability because of that, unfortunately. Which is then going to have an impact on our income as well. It's not the worst thing, but it's definitely not ideal either. Actually, there is another province there, so there would be 16 ducats that we could get over there. Huh. Let's actually go on speed 4 right now while we wait. So I was thinking I could perhaps hire some mercenaries, or marines, right? Yeah, I could. They do receive more shock damage. But they do buy a lot faster, so actually, is that... yeah, the maintenance is the same as an infantry. So what I'm thinking is I could have up to 5, okay. So, I could have, let's say, a few, at least like 2,000 or 3,000 men army of marines. and then have those go with the transport, so that we can send those, for example, to deal with natives in, or like the native uprisings and whatnot. Speaking of which, oh, right, there is not a whole lot of land available right now in here. Can we actually reach that one? Not really. We could try to land in here. Ah, there we go. The rogue priority has ended, so we might actually be making slightly more money. Oh yeah, there we go. Still not a profit overall, but it's not too bad. Now let's have a look at the... No, still no ability to pirate most of these things. But at least we're alive. I'm somewhat happy because of that. Even though it's not an ideal situation, but it's better than nothing. I guess we could also go and get another... I'm gonna get a second transport. We could maybe get a little bit of the Marines, like 2 regiments of Marines to go with that fleet, and then we can transport that to wherever it needs to go. There's the Cocos Islands as well, which doesn't have any natives, so that would be another potentially useful location to colonize. Now, how far are we from getting the next idea, and what is it? Oh, right, it's the trade company thing. Then after that, it's the settler chance plus 10%, and then naval force limit, and also fabricate claims overseas. Still no rebellion over here in Malacca, though. I suppose they've been keeping the autonomy very high. And it's slowly going down. The separatism and all that. Oh, they did not convert that, actually. Interesting. Maybe that... Oh, and there's a whole lot of loans renewed. Well, that's unfortunate. There's a lot more inflation then. We are still... Trying to get the Admin Tech 7 is going to be kind of expensive. So what we might do is just increase development somewhere. Maybe in our capital. Get a little bit more tax in there. Maybe a bit more manpower as well. And now we could, in theory, well, I suppose we don't have the money for it right now, but we could try to start saving up money for the... Oh, there we go, we're actually making money. It's not a lot, but it's something. Is Malacca fighting a war? No. But there is a bit of wars being fought over here. Delhi is still... Oh, Delhi's getting sieged down. Ajay. Okay. So they might lose that war. Which is actually good news for us, kind of, because they were one of the allies of Malacca, right? Yeah, they are. Damn, how... Oh! Oh, see, it's got a province over here. Okay. I don't know how they got that, but sure. Probably because they had a claim, and Malacca did not have a core there yet. Oh, we got declared as a rival. Well, no surprises there. Yeah, so we're getting another transport. Is there anything else that we could do with this Spino right now? Not really. I mean, we're already supporting rebellion for another 2 years. I'm sure that the rebellion is going to fight eventually. And as long as I don't give military access to them, then we should be able to get that back to us. I mean, we did pay quite dearly for this war and all that, but I think we'll be mostly fine. Oh, is the party not quite yet? There might be some provinces that we can pirate soon enough. And there's actually going to be most of Sumatra that we can soon pirate. Of course, we could just send this out to... Oh. Can we even raid with this? Okay, yeah, there we go. Now it's updated. So if we go to Flores, we can raid all of that. Another 25 ducats. Also go to Palembang Passage and raid there. That's going to be another 16 ducats or so. Well, we can get the... I think we're just going to focus down the exploration ideas right now. Get a little bit of that. Our fleet will not be very good. But as long as we can gather us a bit of extra taxes, so to speak, we'll be fine. Oh, right, that's too high development over here, so we can't actually... We're getting powers only 4, yeah. Well, there's the extra ducats there, and then we'll send this back to Palembang. Let's go ahead and pay off another loan or 2. We'll start with just 1. Keep a bit of extra cash reserves in case we need it. But we are at least recovering after that war. Traveling minstrel. Oh, yeah, we'll take the prestige. Perhaps it would be time to increase our army maintenance slightly so we can actually recover the manpower in there. Well, only like 12 men short in there. Because we will then also need to still build up the troops a little bit. Which that might take a little bit more than that. Actually, I'm going to go and get another galley in here. Just so that we can get a bit of ships to do the raiding with more efficiently. So to increase the blockading power so we can actually do the more developed provinces as well. Actually, is the... Well, no, there's still that one, I suppose. That's actually a decent bit in there overall, like 30 ducats or so. That we could still get from that area, so we might want to go there. We've still got a bit too many loans though, but I suppose we have reduced the number from like 17 or so. Well, actually, probably closer to 20 at the highest, but it's now down to 14. We did have to take some extra loans at one point though. I'm going to repay one and then just extend the loan on the rest of them. How bad is the inflation? Is 1.26%. Pretty bad. At the same time, at least we are slowly gaining still money. Of course, we should be able to do some raiding shortly. Because once we get the galley, at least we can go and raid that. That's going to be another 30 ducats, which might be enough to pay off another loan. Still no revolt over here, though, which is a bit unfortunate. So hoping for that there would be a Palembang separatists in here already. And we've been supporting them for a while, but I guess not. But that might be partially because they did increase the autonomy, so they did reduce the unrest and they stopped converting the province. Which does help quite a bit as well. Oh, Sunda announced me his arrival. Well, fair enough. And that's another 2 loans renewed. Yeah, we're not in a good shape right now, but I suppose the Christmas Island will be done shortly. Then we can start trying to do a colony somewhere in here. And go from there. Then we can start expanding in Australia. Do the exodus down that way, and then eventually we'll start making our way back. And for Malaya. But it's easier said than done. Ooh, we got a whole lot of spy network in Malacca, though. I'm going to go and get a bit of claim on Singapore. Maybe also Bintan. And Malacca. We've got a few claims there. I'm pretty sure that we are not going to be able to fight them off anytime soon. I do actually wonder. Because SEAC does have a decent bit of limited time, but it's not quite enough. I don't think we can actually give them... Yeah, support independence... No, that's not going to be a possibility. They kind of hate me. I do wonder... Oh, right, you allies to Sunda, so yeah, that would be a bit of a rough war as well. We do not have the naval control over here to really fight against Sunda. Not successfully, anyway. There we go. Just need 200, so that's probably going to be another 5 years, I guess, before Christmas. I mean, we might get some lucky in this, so maybe like 3.5 years. 3 years, somewhere around there, before we get the... Actually, I suppose we can just have a look. How much is it? Yeah, average of 32 people per year. So it would be 70 years, so 3 years. It's probably fairly accurate. But yeah, so that, once we get that, we can then start pushing further towards Australia. I think we might be able to do the... well, I suppose we might need to get claim in, or court in there first. Yeah, we could at least do the... Mangala. Now, how large is the Larakis? I mean, there's only 4,000. So that should be doable. We got the tech advantage, of course. Oh, and let's go ahead and send this to raid the ports now. Actually, we can raid over here. Oh, with that, that's another 20 ducats. Fortunately, we can't raid Malacca or any of the others that we are at war with. Well, there's a lot of other things that we're not at war with, and that we can raid. I'll not be able to raid quite everything, but a lot of it nonetheless. There we go. Let's go down this way. Be able to raid along the way. Actually, are we not? Oh, never mind. We weren't quite there. Oh, election. Did we have a good leader now? Oh, decent. I'll keep him in charge for now. Right, we can raid over there. Naval research is wrong. I'm going to ignore those people. I'm going to go ahead and push along the Sumatran coast. Raid that, and then we can also raid a little bit further up here in the north, I suppose, at least. So how much do we actually have total loan? 350 ducats. We can probably go ahead and pay off at least a couple of these 1486 loans away. So we still got 10 loans, which is still 280 ducats, but at least we reduced the total debt a little bit further. Oh, and let's continue over here. Also go ahead and build a couple more galleys, I think. So that's going to get us to 5 ships on the fleet here. Oh, actually that can do a bit of raiding. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to send this one back to Palembang because I'm pretty sure that the other fleet is going to be able to do the raiding faster. Oh, Malacca no longer considers me a rival. They probably surpass me. Ooh. I'm going to spend a bit of manpower to get Palembang another base tax. Feels heck yeah. That's another 47 ducats. There we go. So that's a little bit better. There is still a bit more that we could do, but let's go ahead and pay off another few loans there. So now the interest is only 0.6 ducats per month. Still not ideal, but it is improvement. And then I suppose we'll get another cavalry over here for the main army. Then we will go ahead and get the 2 marines that I promised earlier. Get a bit of a marine army, and then we can, you know, start using those to deal with the natives one way or another. And also just do some sneaky landings once we actually have the naval control, which might take a while. I'm sure that we're going to manage that one way or another, but I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.